Welcome to the final. History will be written. Gabriela Bryan taking on Isabella Nichols for a chance to be the champion of the Surf City El Salvador Pro. We'll have a new champion this year for the men and the women to avoid a blocking interference that we saw last year with Griffin and Joao. This time it just starts the priority rotation. So Gabriela Bryan now starting under prio. She's just going to take this wave to shake that one off. Representing the island of Kauai. Off the bottom, big power whip and a tail blow on that driver 3.0. Hard off the bottom, belts it. Quick for that 2-for-1 finishing.
Quality to it and beautiful maneuvers. Gabby looking fired up and aggressive. I think that would have been the word in Gabby's ear from her coach, Doug Marsh. Get aggressive, feel fired up, feel that energy, bring it into the final.
And lethal. And now the poise of Isabella Nichols just weaving, fading. Already got a tag out the back, hard off the bottom. Great section to chuck the fins out. Nice top turn. There's the flow on her finishing move. Two different contrasting styles already with their openers. Thank goodness they got a quick start. It's a long wait for waves. Both of them very fired up.
And then Isabella's wave out the back. Just a higher wave face and a lot of sections for her to work with. She's reading this wave so well. Had so many opportunities out here throughout this event to ride and surf this pace. Beautiful section, drifting the tail. I mean, just really looking flawless and turned on at the moment on a really trusty piece of equipment, a favorite piece of equipment. She's got that familiarity under her feet and she's feeling really comfortable on it.
If you can get on some of those waves and open up, it's going to be incredible.
Best of luck. Congratulations.
Thank you, Mitch. Thanks, guys.
Well done. Wow, an emotional feeling for Jordy Smith. How much that means to him that it's an all South African final here at Punta Roca.
That kind of older generation of women surfing. It's so wild to call it older generation. But yeah, this is the new crew on tour.
Nice smooth start for Isabella Nichols on the down carve sweep. Snaps to get going down the line. All adjusting just to set up that coping right there. She saw the crumble, identified it. And that feels good when you have a little crumble section. You can really push off it with that light on shore.
Down the line too early and not focusing on the turn at hand. And that is one of the pitfalls here at Punta Roca. You're always looking down the line. Let's watch this turn set up. Beautiful, just eyeing off that section. But you see right there, just gets caught off guard, hits that little bit of bump as we watch this one in slow-mo. Hits it off the section right there. She commits to it, but then it's almost like that eye-line is already looking down the line instead of looking up and over the stringer.
Points-wise, Gabriela Bryan still with the best combined heat total of this event in El Salvador. The 17.4 total was against Bella Kenworthy. How about Bella with the loss, still on that top sheet of best heat scores this season? As we see Isabella Nichols just kind of fading and hopping out. Not finding much there under the watch of Gabby Bryan. Are the two biggest reasons why she's watching every heat on tour, really following their journey this year on the top 17. A big committed paddle with Gabriela Bryan getting priority and then throwing it away.
As we see a rider up and at it, it's Gabriela Bryan. Hammers that section. You start to hear a little bit of oohs and ahs coming up from the crowd. Comes around it again, bashes it. So a strong finish there. You know, I've been trying to gauge kind of who this crowd is cheering for. I asked Katie Simmers, I say, who do you got in this one? She says, I like them both. And I think that's kind of the feeling in this area.
Kind of review Gabby Bryan on the tape here.
So this is Gabby's backup wave, the 433. Two turns. Looking engaging. I think something that she learned from her previous semi-final is just with every wave, don't give up. If there's an opportunity to hit it, do it, finish the wave. And this 433 is in her scoreline at the moment and keeping her in the lead.
So Isabella, priority needs a 4.26 for the lead. Bigger wave starting to move down the line. In position is Gabriela Bryan trying to adapt to the situation here. A chunky, kind of wild section, really hard to surf, just takes her straight down.
Another opportunity for her.
Gabriela Bryan starting to rush down the line to catch up to this first section. Nice bottom turn, connects well. Spray still flying, and then goes down on the cutty off the top. An emotional roller coaster for Connor and Dog. Wild in this final, seeing the amount of falls, but man, the conditions are tough.
Extremely active, but in contrast, Isabella's sitting out the back. So again, Gabby having to make up a lot of time. Nice first maneuver, a lot of spray. Heading out on the open face, just catches that rail. Maybe just a touch too lateral to find the power pocket to bring her back around. She's eyeing off this section. This water angle definitely illustrates that texture that we're seeing on the face of the wave. It's making it difficult to set that rail line. She just gets caught there. You know, there's that little section of this wave where it starts to double up and push with power a few kilometers up the road to Burley Heads, where I'm sure most of the Aussie contingent have either competed or free surfed on tour.
There's an extended climb. That's been a challenging move today and throughout the week. Isabella Nichols coming off her second turn. Nice clean arc. Nichols just pacing down the line. Really have to pick your points well. Nice smooth wrapping cutback. Nice timing towards the end section. Isabella Nichols surfing a real clean final. Had a big celebration before we caught him there, and then Gabriela Bryan's gonna roll in. Wow, look how clean this one looks. Lays down, ends up stumbling on her first top turn. And the falls continue for Gabriela Bryan. What I thought was the favorite from the last few days, highest combined heat total, has just been having some trouble here on finals day. Lighting up this turn on the backup board is Gabby Bryan as we come off the break. The Kauaian laying down that rail. Wow, how smooth does this board look? Looks great under her feet. Off the bottom, hits that off the lip. Good read so far. This wave continues to run and the flow state activated for Gabriela Bryan.
Gabby looking just as connected on this board, just as lively, knowing that she needs that 5-2-5 to take the lead. Power hack, waits for this wave to open up. Beautiful arc there, staying in the top 2/3. This is, to me, this is the wave that gets Gabby back in the heat. This is just beautifully surfed. Good timing. Looking to throw that two-turn combination in a short amount of space. I think that one's going to settle the nerves for her. Wow, that turn right there, just so on rail, so much power. Good to see Gabby back in this heat. I mean, you have that time that you burned going over, switching the equipment. You got to just mentally switch over to the board that you're going to be riding. It just seems like her boards, doesn't matter what she's going to be riding, it all feels familiar to her, which is such an advantage. Deep bottom turn to meet the slip line. This turn right here, Joey, was just all power and finesse. Look at her. She just flips that board on the rail and relies on it all the way. They're the numbers, something healthy to get her excited about this heat as we move into the 6 minutes remaining.
She's such a momentum surfer, isn't she? You can almost tell her glow is coming back through every turn going. Buckled a long time ago, looking so much smoother. Now Isabella Nichols on the answer. Nice clean section to throw out that finishing move. And that was the back-to-back exchange that you're hoping for in the final of the event. What's coming with me when she lays the rail over? And then the contrast to Isabella, what'd you see?
Yeah, Isabella's wave was looking great. Lots of speed flying down the line. This turn right here was really nice. A hook under the lip. Wow, what a final. These two women. It was a hard-fought final for Gabriela Bryan to take away that win. Back-to-back finals in El Salvador and finally taking the W. Just so much grit and determination.
And it didn't come easy. Look at that backup board. Wow, this might take the top spot heading into Bells Beach. That board looks insane. She recognized the buckle above the fins, swapped it out, and then went right into her best wave of the final to take the lead. This young lady is impressive.